It's me, Stormy Warmy. I've decided that since I have a consistent outro, I need a consistent intro as well, but I have no ideas. So if you have any ideas, let me know, because I'm not creative enough for this. So, as some of you may know, I disappeared for 4 weeks. I was in jail. No, I'm just kidding. I was not in jail. I was at summer camp. And a lot can happen in a month, and I have stories for summer camp, but my hair is fading fast, and so I'm gonna be re-dyeing my bangs mostly, and some parts of it are turning green. I'll get to that. And I'm also gonna be packing, because I'm leaving again. I'm not gonna disappear, but I'm going to Montana. For reasons that I've forgotten, but I'm leaving tomorrow, so I should pack tonight, because I could get up early and pack, but I'm not going to do that, because that's ridiculous. But I'm going to dye my hair, and then while it's processing, I'm going to pack. I think that's the plan. My first time dyeing my own hair. Sorry if I'm, leaning at a weird angle. I'm using my phone as a mirror, like my camera, and, it's right there. So, I also don't have gloves. So, yeah, I'm very prepared. Very prepared, if you couldn't tell. So, basically, summer camp. I'm really scared that I'm gonna mess this up. It's fine. Maybe I should get, a real mirror. I should be doing this in a bathroom, actually, is what I should be doing. Let me go do that. Little change of scenery. How do we feel? I'm wearing shoes right now. I don't know why, but I am. Hold on. This is at a really bad angle. I hope you can hear me okay. Hair dye. And what was I talking about? Summer camp. I'm talking about summer camp. So, yeah, I was gone for 4 weeks. So a whole month. That's a long time. A lot can happen in a month. Especially when you're in... Because I was a counselor in training, right? So I wasn't in, my normal age group for a cabin. I was, First I was with 12 to 13-year-old, and then 14-year-old in the, because it was 2 sessions, so 2 sets of 2 weeks, where I was in 2 different cabins with 2 different, two completely different groups of people. And let me tell you, 12 to 13-year-old girls, they're crazy. Oh my god, I'm now I understand why people do this with gloves. I was so, every day, because the first 2 weeks is when I was with the 12 to 13-year-old age group, every day somebody was crying, every day. And it was to the point where by the end of the 2 weeks I was like, guys, can we just have one day without an incident? Just one. The answer is no. Yeah. So, basically, the biggest story from that... Oh, actually, I don't even know what the biggest one is. There's 2 that I'm going to say, and I'm not saying any names because you never know who watches these videos. And I don't want to be doxing people because I'm not a bad person. Yeah. Basically, I don't even know. I don't even remember which one happened first. They were both kind of happening at the same time, which makes this really difficult for me. I can't tell where my bangs part. And it's making me nervous. Because, some of it's in the middle. I'm just going to put it on the black side, because that's where it looks like it wants to go. I don't know. Ugh, this is scary. If I fuck this up the night before I leave, I'm going to be very unhappy. Okay. What should I... Okay, the first story I'm going to talk about is there was this girl. I'm going to call her Girl A. And she seemed the first... I didn't do that. The first few days, she seemed really nice. She was so sweet to everyone. She seemed really cool. And I was like, oh, that's perfect. Because I like nice people. I feel like that's not a very controversial take. Nice people are... nice. And so I was really happy to have her in the cabin because she seemed great. Oh my god. Okay, so where do I begin? First of of all, she was not nice. She was really rude a lot of the time for no reason. And she would, like, wake every morning. The camp that I go to, it's very big on keeping the camp keeping the camp clean, keeping the cabins clean, all that. Jesus Christ, what is wrong with me? All that fun stuff. And so every morning when you wake up, before you go to breakfast, you help clean up your cabin. Like, you make out your bed, you make sure your cubby looks organized, make sure all your stuff is put away, you sweep, take the trash out, and everyone splits up the chores. I'm getting so much dye on my 5 head. My 5 head is getting a split dye too right now, guys. But this girl, instead of, waking up and helping the rest of the cabin clean, she woke up and did a full face of makeup every day. Which, listen, I get to an extent, but, like, you're at summer camp and also you're 12. You are a 12-year-old child. What are you doing? But, no. And so there's one mirror in the cabin, and every morning she would get, like, she would get, like, all up close and personal, like, and she would block the entire mirror for everybody else. And whenever people would, like, be like, hey, can you move so I can also see in the mirror, she'd get so, like, snippy, and it was just like, what's the deal? Like, what is your problem? Trying to find, that looks right. I hope that's right. But yeah, so there was that, which was interesting, and I'm just doing my roots, so I think this is fine. I don't really know. I don't know what I'm doing. Guys, if I'm doing this really wrong, can you just, like, pretend that I'm doing it right? Just to make me feel better about myself? Thanks. But no, she would get really rude, and she also, because she was doing her full face of makeup every morning, she wouldn't, like, help everyone else clean up the cabin, which was really annoying, because every day, me and the counselor would have to be like, hey, ooh, that's red. Oh, no. It's black now. I should put the ponytail on the other side. That makes way more sense. I'm a professional. I am not a professional. But she would be, like, really rude about, like, doing her chores, making sure the cabin, like, helping out. And it was just like, girl, relax. Like, it's like 7:30 in the morning. Why do you have such an attitude at 7:30 in the morning? That's not the point. And so I just thought, okay, maybe she just has, like, a bit of an attitude, which, not ideal, but I can deal with it. It gets worse. So this other girl in the cabin, I'm gonna call her Girl B. Girl B, came out to a few of Girl B's friends as bisexual, and Girl A found out about this, and then went around telling all of her friends that she didn't feel comfortable being in a cabin with Girl B because she was bisexual. And then Girl A started distancing herself from Girl B because Girl B was bisexual. This is gonna look so bad. Oh god. And then Girl I forgot which one's which. Girl B didn't understand why, because they were friends before, and then Girl B was like, why is she all of a sudden so distant? So Girl B confronted Girl A and was like, hey, why are you being so, like, distant? I thought we were friends. Like, what's going on? And then Girl A said to Girl B, oh, sorry, I just don't feel comfortable being around you because I'm homophobic. That is, like, quote what she said. And when I found out about that, I was like, girl, what? I was like, oh, wow. So we had to have me, the counselor of the cabin, and then one of the assistant directors had to have a talk with both of them about it. And it was so messy. And it was like, okay, so you're homophobic. What do you think about me? Because I'm gay as hell. But yeah, that was wild. But it got handled, sort of. I mean, obviously she didn't stop being homophobic, but she was civil again. So all's well that ends well? Question mark? I guess. But yeah, that was a weird situation. And speaking of, I mentioned the cleaning thing earlier. That's why my hair is green, because the cabin, the first one I was in, they were so bad at, like, cleaning, because they do, like, rankings for the cleanest cabin, and we got, like, consistently got, there's 10 cabins, we consistently got, like, 7th, 8th, we lost a few times, like, just not it at all. I don't know how I'm going to do the back of my head, so I'm just going to pretend that the back of my head isn't real. And if I can't see it, it's not my problem. But, yeah. So, one day, though, we won, and all of the girls in my cabin really wanted to know what my hair looked like straight. And I've never straightened my hair before, because I don't want to, because, I thought it would look scary, and I can confirm, me with straight hair, absolutely not it, in my opinion. I hated it. But because they won, I let them straighten my hair. What I didn't realize was that the heat from the straightener would damage my hair dye, so now the black side of my head is turning green. And that's been going on for 2 weeks, and every day for 2 weeks, I got hair dye on my shoulder. It's okay. We ball. But yeah, every day I would wake up and I'd see the green splotches in my hair, and I'd be like, can't wait to go home and fix it. And now I'm fixing it, so yay for me. Yeah. Where was I? Oh, and then, okay, so there was also this other girl, and I'm going to call her girl C. This is still in the first 2 weeks, who, she came into camp, and she had a boyfriend, which, having a boyfriend at, how old was she, 13? Having a boyfriend in middle school? Crazy. Absolutely bonkers. I can't even imagine, bro. Like, that's absolutely wild. Okay. I think that's good enough. Yeah, good enough. Now I just need to wait 30 minutes. And while that's processing, I'm gonna fuck. While that's processing, I'm gonna fuck. No, while that's processing, I'm gonna pack. That's not gonna look good when I rinse it out. When I rinse it out. But, you know what? Good enough. But yeah, so, what was it? Oh yeah, girl C. I'll get to that. I'll talk about that while I'm packing. I just need to change scenery. I'm back in my bedroom. Let's see, where was I? Girl C came into camp, had a boyfriend, which having a boyfriend at 13 is crazy, but none of my business, so I don't really care. What I did care about was what occurred while at camp. So while at camp, she, like, very suddenly, it seemed, started taking an issue to the fact that her boyfriend had a girl best friend. You can already see where this is going. And while at camp, she also had, like, a boy best friend who, had actually, the two of them had dated in the past. They met at camp, and then they, like, talked to each other outside of camp, and they started dating, and then they broke up, which, you know, whatever. But eventually, like, she, like, very suddenly started, like, hating her boyfriend's girl best friend, like, very suddenly. Like, it was really wild to see. It was like, oh, like, where did all of this animosity come from, right? But I really don't have that much that I need to pack. I might need to find something else I can do over the course of this video. But, basically, she, like, her and her boyfriend, I don't know exactly how it happened, but I'm assuming it was, like, over a letter. Her and her boyfriend ended up going on a break, which, getting broken up with over letter while at summer camp is fucking wild. Like, that is a situation to get yourself into, and one that I, personally, am glad that I will never have happen to me. But, she was like, she didn't actually seem all that upset about it, which I was like, you didn't like him. You guys shouldn't have been together. But, yeah, I don't have anything else. Because I packed a bunch of stuff off camera. I really overestimated how long packing was going to take. It's okay. We'll just sit and talk while I drink my boba. I love boba. But, yeah. So, and then, while they were on a break, girl C starts dating her boy best friend again at summer camp, which is fucking wild. And also, they were terrible together. Like, every day they were in a fight, and every day she was crying, and I had to be the one to deal with it, because I was the counselor in training. Girl. Fucking count me out. I didn't sign up for that, but that was the drama from the first session. The first session was great, because I know everybody, because, like, everybody who stays for, like, a certain amount of time, they all stay the same session every year, and first session is my session, typically, but since I was a CIT, I stayed for 4 weeks instead of 2, and so I know everybody in the first session, and it was just great. I had a lot of friends there. It was just a great time overall. Everyone in the first session is, like, so nice. They generally listen, except for the oldest boys' cabin, but I'm not gonna get into that, because it's 15-year-old boys. Need I say more? But, what was my train of thought? But, I wish I could say the same about the second session. Second session was so disrespectful. So disrespectful. Like, they didn't listen to me. They didn't listen to any other CITs. They didn't listen to the counselors. They didn't listen to the assistant directors. They didn't listen to the fucking camp director herself. And they did stuff that was so wrong. Like, they were just, like, annoying. All of them are so, especially the older cabins. Like, oh my god. I don't know what their problem was, but, like, the older cabins were, like, so bratty. Like, so entitled. So, like, I don't care what you say, I'm gonna do my own thing. But, like, they're supposed to be setting examples for the younger kids, but they're, like, terrible. And then all of the younger kids, like, were so cliquey. Do you know what I mean? Like, they all had their own little groups, and if you weren't one of them, you get treated like shit. And it was so annoying. The older cabins were so cliquey too, but they were all in a clique with each other. But none of them actually liked each other. And also, all of the oldest girls' cabin was in love with all of the oldest boys' cabin. So they were always, like, butting heads about it. And, oh my god, it was so exhausting. And also, all of them hated me. All of the oldest cabins fucking hated me, and I don't know why. Because, like, not to brag or anything, but at camp, I'm an amazing person. Like, I'm a fucking ray of sunshine. And they were just so, like, the worst part was that they talked about me behind my back, which, like, fucking cowards say it to my face. But, like, I heard from because I got moved up in age group, so I wasn't in the middle age group anymore, I was in the second oldest age group, and one of the girls in the second oldest age group cabin, so my cabin, was friends with a few of the girls in the oldest cabin, and she was like, yeah, no, they talk shit about you a lot. She didn't say that, but, like, you're not supposed to swear at camp. I'm just like, no, they talk shit about you a lot. And I was like, oh. I wasn't surprised. They seemed like the type. And I don't know what they were saying, because I didn't ask, because I didn't want to know or care to know. But I have a few guesses. Emo. But yeah. No. Second session, most of the kids there, terrible. But you know what? That's fine, because I made some friends, but let me tell you the drama from the second session, because I heard this all from the girl in my cabin in the second session. Basically, the oldest girl's cabin, there was this one girl that I'm going to call, what letter are they on? The girl in my cabin is girl D, and then her friend in the oldest cabin is girl E. So girl D and girl E are friends, and they are close friends. Like, they are close friends. And, like, all of a sudden, they stopped talking, and, you know, me being the nosy bitch that I am, and also the cabins are one room, I heard what happened, and apparently, girl E was talking shit about girl D to all of the other oldest girls' cabin, but while still being so nice and so friendly to girl D, and, then girl D heard about what girl E was doing and was like, okay, what the fuck? And so then they were like at war with each other a little bit, kind of, and then all of a sudden they were friends again, and girl E was like, it's okay, like, I can fix this with us, and I can get the others to stop talking shit about you. But girl E, brother, she was so weird. Like, she would, like, constantly talk about, like, oh yeah, I've had sex before. I lost my virginity at age 13. Bitch, what? Bitch, what? Why are you bragging about that? Brother, like, what? Not it. Absolutely not it. And she was like, she would just, like, drop that in casual conversation, and it's like, whoa. First of all, not camp appropriate. Second of all, back the fuck up. Hello? And you think that's a good thing? Nasty. But yeah, no, she was really weird, and I didn't like her, but they were friends, so whatever. Good for them, I guess. But yeah. And then, second session also is when I made possibly the funniest friend group that I've ever made at camp. So basically, it all started one night when we were having like a cabin night, and we were playing the game Red Door, Yellow Door, if you've heard of it. If you haven't heard of it, basically it's like, I don't know how to explain it. It, like, plays with your imagination, basically, and eventually, like, your imagination kind of takes over and starts filling in blanks for you without you having to, like, consciously imagine. It's really fun. That's a terrible explanation. Look it up if you don't get it. My parents just got home. But yeah, no, so we were playing Red Door, Yellow Door, and I was, like, in, like, a bank, and then all of a sudden I got, like, jump scared by the lady working at the bank, and I, like, went, like, very suddenly. I was like, ugh, and my two friends in the cabin, were like, oh my god, what did you see? And I told them, and thus the bank lady was born. And then the bank lady became, like, an inside joke. Actually, no, it was 3 girls. So the bank lady became an inside joke between the 4 of us, and then the friend group kept branching out until we had 10 people who all joked about the bank lady. And now we have a group chat called the Bank Lady Fan Club, and I love the Bank Lady. Like, she scared the shit out of me the first time I saw her, but I love the Bank Lady because she brought me friends, and I can forgive her for being so fucking creepy and tall. She was like 6'4", with really sharp teeth. I didn't like seeing her, but I saw her, and there's nothing I can do about it. And now we have a fan club based around this very tall, creepy woman who's not real. Great times. And yeah, that's pretty much camp. I could also go into a very long speech about how happy I was to be a counselor in training, and how happy I am that I've grown up, and how this camp has raised me, because I've been going there for 7 years. 7 years. Like, I am a seasoned veteran of this summer camp. And I could go into a big, long, sentimental speech, but I don't know if I can mentally handle that kind of processing right now. So I'm just gonna leave it at all the funny, silly drama stories. And yeah, if you want more, like, genuine, funny, sweet, happy stories about camp, let me know, and I can tell them, but I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna wait for my hair to process, drink my boba, double, triple, quadruple check if I need to pack anything else, and yeah, so that's all for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you. Free Palestine.